They don't have an Uncle Jake. And that was, another reason why I wrote the book, because kids need to see and learn. If you wouldn't have done martial arts, who would have told you that, hey, if you work hard and you train, you're going to get good at this? If you wouldn't have done that with martial arts, you wouldn't have done it with stand-up comedy, you wouldn't have done it with the rest of your career. You would have said, you would have gotten on the stage the first time for stand-up comedy, you wouldn't have made anyone laugh. You would have walked off, said I suck, and gone to get a job, down at 7-Eleven or whatever. That's... Whereas if somebody said, look, man, of course you suck. You just started. Of course you suck. Of course you don't know your times tables. How would you know them? You're not born with that information. Of course you're not good at stand-up comedy. You just did it for the first time. You got to learn how to do it. Of course you're not good at stand-up fighting and taekwondo. You've never done it before. So you got to learn these things. You got to put in the work. You learn that lesson through martial arts. A lot of kids don't get that opportunity. I'm trying to give them that opportunity to learn it with this book.
And even for people that aren't kids, go do something you're not good at. It's really important. It's good. Just try something. Pick up a new hobby. Pick up a new discipline. Try learning how to play chess. Just do something you suck at, and let your mind feel what it's like to be at the beginning stages of improvement again. I think it's very invigorating.
Not only that, factually, that's good for your brain. They say you're supposed to learn new languages, learn to play chess, learn to play guitar, read new books. You're supposed to do that stuff your whole life to continue. That's what continues. Just like your body falls apart, if you don't exercise it, your mind falls apart if you don't exercise it as well.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. If I don't do anything new for a long time, I feel stagnant. But when I start doing something new, especially something that I'm not good at, so I start thinking about it a lot, I start obsessing about it a lot, I get invigorated. I get excited about going there.
Yeah, and we saw the same thing. Like when our first book came out, it's a leadership book, right? And everyone thinks, hey, it's another leadership book. And then when you read it, people go, oh, wait a second. This is like a new thought. It's a new thought I haven't seen before. And we have these, we have these things that we do where we just bring people in. Like usually we go out and work with a company. We go out with one company and we go out and we work with a company. But we found that there was some smaller companies or people that couldn't afford to bring us in. So we said, okay, what are we going to do about that? So we made this thing up called The Muster, where we open it up to the public to come and, spend 2 days going through all these principles. And it's the same thing that you're talking about. They say it's a challenge. It's new thought. It's thinking about something from a different light. People that have been in leadership positions for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and they go, oh, okay, I can apply this new methodology that I hadn't thought about before. So they'll continue to grow and learn is just so important across the board.
Yeah, stepping outside of your comfort zone is just one of the most important things for a human being for whatever reason. I don't know what it is, but I know what works.